This is where I spend most of my time. I love my desk, but my desk doesn't have much storage space, and I wanted to get a new one for quite a while now. And so that is what I finally did. I'm currently trawling through Facebook Marketplace and eBay looking for the perfect new desk. And I can't find anything I like. So in today's video, I will be getting a new desk, setting it up, and giving you a tour, which I am so excited about. After many hours of looking, I finally found one that I liked. You know what? I think I might just have found the perfect desk. Here is the desk. It was a wooden desk, as you can see.
Okay, I'm just gonna sand it down now.
I wanted to paint it white because I always focus better when working on a white surface. So first step for that was sanding the wood down. There was a lot of polish on this, and this would just make it easier to paint. I say that as if I know a lot about painting. I was just following my dad's advice because he actually knows how to paint something successfully. I also took the handles off the drawers, and can you believe that when I bought this, it already had these little clock face drawer handles on them. I could not have found more perfect ones myself if I'd tried. So then we brought the desk inside, because my dad said that when putting the paint on, it's best to do it where it's not too cold, and it was below freezing this day. So I put on this utility suit of my mum's so I wouldn't get my clothes dirty. But then things didn't go to plan because I opened up the paint pot and
It's solid.
So anyway, here we are on the next day after having got more paint. This time it did stir.
That's so satisfying.
It wasn't rock solid, which is a great start. And how satisfying is this? I think this was my favourite part of painting. And I don't really know what to say, it's quite self-explanatory. You can just see me painting this desk white, but I do find this clip very satisfying. I think it's one of my favourite clips I've ever filmed. There's something just so calming about watching something be painted. And yes, I'm only painting the top face of the drawer, but this is the only part you'll be able to see. So next, of course, was to take out my current desk. So I cleared everything out and my room just looked so empty. Then I brought the new desk in and started organising the drawers. There's something about organising, and especially about organising stationery, which I just adore. You might be able to tell that I'd attached little sticky notes to each of the drawers with its appropriate function. This is my pen drawer, which is probably my favourite drawer actually. And I'm using these little Muji boxes. They're £2.50 each, and they're just very good as drawer organisers. So anyway, now I'm going to give you a tour of the desk. So the desk, as you can see, has got 8 drawers in total, 4 on either side, which I'm so excited about. Like, I always thought I might get one with 6 drawers, but 8 drawers is even better. And then the altar chair as well is here. It's an antique altar chair, and at the back I've just put some hand sanitizer and a device cleaning spray, which I use on my phone, computer, iPad, anything. It's absolutely huge. It gives me so much space when I'm working, and I always just have a coaster with a hot drink on, and then on this side my iMac with this really beautiful cottage landscape. And I just want to quickly show you this as well. This is my mood board. I always like to have one of these by my desk. I just find it's a good source for inspiration. And I also have pinned up these sticky notes, page flags, which are so useful when doing readings. Should I go like that? Does that work? On the windowsill, I've got this beautiful lamp, and I've got this pen pot, which I always get so many questions about. This is actually from Anthropology, and it's like a Grecian style bust, and I just use this for putting some of my favourite pens in. Pots, which I use for paintbrushes. Oh, and on the other side, I need to show you this because it's so lovely. The frame I need to fix because it won't keep it in place, but Blakeney painted this picture of us both. I also have this absolutely beautiful figurine. It's a girl sitting on a stack of books with a cup of tea, and mine and my mum's friend Serena bought me this. It's so beautiful. So now
what about grandma's flowers?
Oh yes, and my grandma made me this actually. This has been on my desk for years. I just love it so much. She pressed these flowers and then she framed this. It's so beautiful. Alright, so now on to the main event and the really exciting thing. Organising all of these drawers was honestly one of the most fun things I've done in a long time. So the first drawer is for anything miscellaneous. So I've just got like SD card things here, my mini paint palette. I love this watercolour palette. And I've got some gum back here, hand cream, things like sharpeners, sellotape, miscellaneous stationery basically. Then this drawer, here I've got stamps, I've got sticky notes here. In the sticky notes basket, I got these really cute ones from Exeter University. My very favourite post-it notes are these ones, which are from Wilko's, and they kind of flap out like that, and they're just really useful. I use these all the time. I also have this coin purse which is filled with mini sticky notes, which is very useful, and then some stickers in this box back here. I use this little blackcurrant pastels tin. It's an old Boots tin, and it's just filled to the brim with stickers, which are just really good for letter writing. In the third drawer down, this is my writing drawer, I suppose. I put all of my writing notebooks in here, and I've got some flashcards for storyboarding, and like this folder is for loose pieces of paper of any poems I might write, just to kind of keep them all together in one place. And I don't actually have all of my writing bits in there. I need to kind of find them because I tend to leave them just dotted around random places. So hopefully this will keep everything more organised. And then finally, this is the drawer that I keep my laptop in. I've got a wireless keyboard for my iPad, so I keep that in there too. So now on to the second drawer. This one is the most satisfying, and I do actually want to reorganise it a little bit. I just wanted to get everything in the drawers, but this is all for pens and writing implements, and it's so beautiful and satisfying. I've got my mild liners. Then this little pencil case is filled with watercolour pencils, Tombow markers in this one, and I've also got this Bortoletti box, and inside I've got some dipping pens. So then in this drawer, this is the really stiff drawer. I feel like there's always a particularly stiff drawer. So this is for notebooks and to-do list pads. Namely, I've got a lot of my pumpkin productivity stationery in here. So I've got my academic planner at the top. I've also got my notebook. This is the notebook, and I'll leave these linked down below as well if you're interested in taking a look. I've also just got, yeah, basically it's just filled with little notebooks for taking jottings. I have a lot of notebooks. Then in this one, this is kind of my extra learning drawer, and it's parallel with the writing one. So both of these are task-based as opposed to type of stationery based. So I've just got flashcards here. The ones at the top are actually my Latin flashcards. Then this is my Latin workbook, and I'm using the digital textbook of this online because the PDF is free online. But I also have this one, this Oxford Latin course. My sister did a term of Latin at school. This was her old textbook and she still had it, so I've just put this in here, but I haven't used it yet. And then I've got this decomposition notebook, which is what I used for actually taking my notes and like writing down vocabulary and things. I've also got this grid notebook for if I'm ever doing practice questions for anything. Having one of these in your desk is so useful. You can pick them up for £1 or £2 in most like newsagents, post offices, stationery shops, and it's just really good for if you want to do messy working for things. So like especially if you do something like chemistry or math. Oh, and also this box is filled with ink. My favourite one, they're by, what's the name of the brand? They're like these little ones, and they come in so many different colours, and they're also really affordable. So this one is, I can never say it right, but Aurora Borealis. How do you say it? The word for the Northern Lights. I've also got a Writer's Blood Red, which is lovely. These are Diamine inks, that's it. And they're really good. I'd recommend those if you're just getting into calligraphy or writing with dipping pens. And then finally, this one, I've got the handle for it, but I don't have a screw for the back of it, so I need to pick one of those up. but this is for my letter writing supplies. So I've got my sealing wax and sealing stamps here. I've got for that. Oh, also letter opener, which is really cool. And actually I have sticks of sealing wax, but recently I've been much preferring these. They're little kind of dots of wax, and you melt them over a candle in one of these, and then you can pour it on, and I just find that it creates a neater and more satisfying seal on your letters. I've also got lots of washi tape here. This is actually the one that we released with Note and Wish, Matcha Oak Latte. And at the back I've got letter writing supplies, so like envelopes, letter writing paper. This little folder is what I use to put letters that my pen pal send me, just so I keep them all in one place. I think I've got through like 5 or 6 of these over the years. I've got loads. I've also got my address book, and then this little box is what I use to store all of my stamps in. One last thing, I also always have my electric blanket plugged in under my desk because I get really cold when I'm working. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as I say, I'm just so excited about this desk. I know I haven't finished yet. Mum's like, Ruth, I think you've forgotten how you end your videos. But actually, it's funny you should say that, because I'm thinking of actually changing my outro slightly, so that, just listen. Instead, I hope that you have more than just a productive week. Like redefining what productivity means.
Yeah.
Because when I say productive and when I say have a productive week, I mean it in this mindfully productive way where you're enjoying what you're doing and you're getting things done, but it's about the process as well. But I feel like the word productive now has so much kind of loaded within it and pressure in it because of hustle culture, and I don't want to be feeding into that, I don't think. So
yes, take your time. Slow down
and do things, but also you're going to do them more effectively, and you're going to enjoy the process more if you're focusing on more than just productivity. Maybe, I don't know. So have more than just a productive week.